Hi, it's Lynn Shuck, and we're going to play with fingers today. We spend a lot of time with our fingers curled in, and we're going to flip that around today. So you take your palm, we're going to do one arm at a time, arms at a right angle, and your arm is lined up, so your wrist is in front of your elbow and your shoulder, not turned in or out, right in front. Palm is facing the ceiling, and then you're going to drop the fingers down so the palm is facing forward. You're going to grab all your fingers and draw back toward you, using the other hand for pressure. If I turn sideways, that looks like this. Now, I don't have a lot of mobility in any of my joints, so your fingers might go back a lot farther and your wrist might flex more than mine. But you want to make sure the wrist is flexing while you're bringing the fingers down. So we'll take the other side, again, lining that up, palm is facing the ceiling, and then the palm faces forward, and you grab those fingers and pull back. And so what I caught myself doing was I was starting to wedge my elbow against my ribs. I want to keep my elbow under my shoulders and not wedge it against my ribs like that, and pull back. Again, you might pull back much farther than I do. I'm not worried about the thumb at the moment. We're going to go back to the first side. Same setup, fingers extend down. Now you're going to pull one finger at a time back and one finger at a time. Now what you may discover by doing one finger at a time that you didn't notice when you pulled on all of them is some of your fingers might not straighten all the way. And the other tendency is when you do one finger at a time, the palm wants to start coming up. So keep the palm facing forward and keep checking on that as you pull back on those fingers. So this finger, this ring finger of mine, wants to bend a little. And so I'm gonna put my hands up here. As I pull on it, see how it tries to bend instead of straightening? It bends. So I'm going to put a thumb behind that joint that wants to bend and encourage it to go straight. So if you have a finger that doesn't want to straighten, you can do that. We'll do the other side. We start with the pinky. You could start with the first finger. It doesn't really matter. Again, watch that you're not doing this. Clearly, my right side does not want to play along. My ring finger, again, doesn't want to straighten, so I'm going to use my thumb for leverage. And keep checking that that palm is facing forward, that I've got flexion in my wrist. So this is what we're doing. We're just stretching these fingers out. So as I said, I was ignoring the thumbs for right now. Well, the thumbs move in a lot more directions. So you can literally pull on your thumb one at a time and move it around. It will probably not feel as tight in as many ways as these other fingers did. But you may discover one is tighter than the other. And huzzah, the right side, the one that likes to lever, the one that I'm right-handed, so I use all the time, it's tighter. And I just feel it, especially when I kind of cross it back this way or pull towards me. Lastly, lace your fingers together, press your palms out in front of you, and instead of pushing the heels of your hand away from you, I want to push your knuckles away from you. Extend the thumbs down toward the ground, knuckles away from you, and then just check and see, are your shoulders way up here? Can you pull the shoulders down? That might mean the hands have to come a little lower. And then we're going to switch. So my right finger was on top. I'm going to put my left fingers on top. Same thing. Flip it around, thumbs down, push the knuckles away, check the shoulders, and do that. You can do that at your desk. You can do that in the car as long as you're not driving. It's an easy one to do any of these anywhere. You know, having a conversation with somebody, you just start moving your fingers around. They spend so much time curled in, you may be surprised how little they spread out. I know I have some pianist friends out there who watch these, and this is going to be like easy week for them because they do all sorts of things to keep their hands mobile. For the rest of us, this would be a good one to do. We want balance in our bodies. So if you're always moving your hands in one way, got to move them in other ways too. There you go. Give it a whirl and see how your fingers do.